Welcome, dear listener, to a world of tranquility and wonder. As you close your eyes and settle in for the night, let your mind drift away to the serene kingdom of Vedantia, where a kind-hearted princess named Elara embarks on a journey through an enchanted garden. In this magical place, where crystal trees shimmer and flowers bloom in vibrant hues, Elara discovers the profound secrets of nature. Let the soft sounds of the garden and the gentle flow of the story guide you into a peaceful slumber. Breathe deeply, relax, and allow yourself to be carried away to the crystal garden, where dreams and reality merge into one. Sweet dreams await you. Chapter 1. The Hidden Garden. In a serene kingdom nestled between misty mountains and rolling green hills, there lived a kind-hearted princess named Elara. Her kingdom, Vedantia, was renowned for its lush landscapes and vibrant flora. Yet, despite the beauty surrounding her, Elara often felt a yearning for something more, a deeper connection with the natural world that eluded her within the castle walls. One sunny afternoon, with the golden rays of the sun casting a warm glow over the land, Elara decided to take a solitary walk through the castle's sprawling gardens. These gardens were a marvel in their own right, with meticulously tended beds of roses, lilies, and tulips that painted the grounds in a riot of colours. The air was thick with the sweet scent of blooming flowers, and the gentle hum of bees filled the quiet moments. As Elara wandered further from the main paths, her attention was caught by a curious sight. There, hidden behind a dense curtain of ivy and wildflowers, was a narrow, winding pathway she had never noticed before. Intrigued, she pushed aside the verdant curtain, revealing a path dappled with sunlight filtering through the canopy of leaves above. Her heart fluttered with a mixture of excitement and curiosity. What lay beyond this hidden path? Elara's adventurous spirit urged her forward. With each step, the sounds of the castle faded away, replaced by the tranquil symphony of nature, the rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, and the distant babble of a brook. As she ventured deeper, the air grew cooler, and the light took on a softer, almost magical quality. The path twisted and turned, leading her through a small grove of ancient oaks and over a quaint stone bridge. On the other side of the bridge, the path widened, and Elara found herself standing before a sight that took her breath away. Nestled in a clearing bathed in the gentle glow of the afternoon sun was a crystalline structure that shimmered and sparkled as if woven from pure starlight. It was a delicate, ornate box, resting on a bed of emerald moss. The box seemed to pulse with the gentle light, inviting her to come closer. With reverence, Elara knelt beside the box and carefully lifted the lid. Inside, nestled on a cushion of silken fabric, was a scroll tied with a ribbon of golden thread. Her fingers trembled slightly as she untied the ribbon and unfurled the scroll. The The parchment was soft and smooth, and the words upon it were written in an elegant flowing script of golden ink. To the one with a pure heart, the crystal garden awaits you. Follow the light of the setting sun. Ilara's heart skipped a beat. The crystal garden, a place of legend, whispered about in bedtime stories and old folk tales. It was said to be a realm of unparalleled beauty and profound secrets, accessible only to those deemed worthy by its ancient magic. Determined to uncover the truth behind this mysterious invitation, Ilara resolved to return at sunset. With the scroll clutched close to her heart, she retraced her steps back to the castle, her mind abuzz with anticipation and wonder. As the sun began its descent, casting the world in hues of amber and gold, she prepared herself for the journey ahead. That evening, as the last rays of sunlight touched the earth, Ilara returned to the hidden path. To her amazement, where the crystalline box had been, now stood a shimmering doorway of pure crystal, glowing with the colours of the setting sun. With a deep breath and a heart full of hope, she stepped through the doorway, crossing the threshold into a world beyond her wildest dreams, the crystal garden. As Princess Ilara stepped through the shimmering doorway, the world around her transformed. She found herself in a realm where time seemed to slow, and every sound was infused with a crystalline clarity. The crystal garden spread out before her, a landscape of unparalleled beauty and serene magic. The garden was alive with colours that seemed to dance and shimmer in the twilight. Trees with trunks of translucent crystal and leaves of delicate glass rustled in the gentle breeze. Flowers of every hue imaginable bloomed in clusters, their petals catching the light and reflecting it like precious gems. The air was fragrant with a blend of floral scents, each one more enchanting than the last. Ilara's eyes widened with wonder as she took in the sights around her. But amidst the beauty, she noticed a faint glow emanating from a nearby grove. Drawn to it, she made her way through the garden, her footsteps light on the crystal path. As she approached, she saw another crystalline box, this one even more ornate than the first, resting on a pedestal carved from sapphire. With a mixture of excitement and reverence, Ilara opened the box to find another scroll, its golden ink shimmering in the soft light. Unrolling the parchment, she read, "Welcome, Princess Ilara. You have been chosen to uncover the secrets of the crystal garden. Each sunset will reveal a new path, and each path will lead you closer to the heart of nature's wisdom. Your journey begins now." Ilara felt a thrill of anticipation. The garden seemed to hum with a gentle energy, as if acknowledging her presence and welcoming her. She looked around, wondering where her first path would lead. As if in response, a beam of light pierced the twilight, illuminating a pathway that wound through the heart of the garden. With the scroll safely tucked into her pocket, Elara began to follow the glowing path. The further she went, the more the garden seemed to come alive. Crystals of various shapes and sizes lined the path, each one emitting a soft, harmonious note as she passed. The melody was soothing, filling her with a sense of peace and purpose. The path led her to a large clearing where a magnificent crystal archway stood. It was adorned with intricate carvings of vines and flowers, each detail rendered in dazzling clarity. As Elara stepped through the archway, she found herself in an even more enchanting part of the garden. Here, the air was filled with the sound of gentle chimes, created by the wind passing through hanging clusters of crystals. The ground beneath her feet was a mosaic of colourful stones, arranged in patterns that seemed to tell a story. Elara felt as if she were walking through a dream. In the centre of this magical clearing stood a grand crystal tree, its branches stretching high into the sky. The tree's bark glowed with an inner light, and its leaves shimmered like diamonds. At the base of the tree, Elara noticed a small crystal-clear pool of water. Kneeling beside the pool, she gazed into its depths. The water was so clear that it seemed to hold the very essence of light within it. As she watched, images began to form on the surface, scenes of nature in perfect harmony. She saw the dance of the seasons, the cycle of life, and the delicate balance that sustains all living things. Elara's heart swelled with understanding and gratitude. She realized that this was the first secret of nature, the intricate and beautiful balance that connects every part of the natural world. The crystal garden was not just a place of beauty, but a living, breathing entity that held the wisdom of ages. Rising from the pool, Elara felt a renewed sense of purpose. She knew that her journey was just beginning, and that each step would bring her closer to the heart of the garden's mysteries. With a grateful heart and a spirit full of wonder, she continued along the enchanted pathway, ready to uncover the next secret of the crystal garden. Princess Elara, filled with wonder and anticipation, ventured deeper into the crystal garden. The path before her sparkled with a radiant light, guiding her steps as she moved forward. Each step felt like a journey into a dream, where the boundaries between reality and fantasy blurred, and every sight and sound seemed imbued with magic. As she walked, Elara marveled at the breathtaking beauty surrounding her. Trees with crystalline trunks and branches stretched gracefully toward the sky, their leaves glinting like precious jewels. Flowers of unimaginable hues bloomed in abundance, their petals shimmering as if dusted with stardust. The air was filled with the sweet fragrance of blossoms and the gentle tinkling of crystals, creating a serene and enchanting atmosphere. Elara's heart swelled with awe and gratitude for being chosen to experience such a wondrous place. The path led her to a clearing where a grand fountain stood, its cascading water glowing with a soft, ethereal light. The fountain was crafted entirely from crystal, with water flowing in a mesmerizing dance, creating a melody that resonated deep within her soul. She approached the fountain, drawn to its tranquil beauty. As she gazed into the shimmering water, she saw her reflection mingling with the reflections of the stars above. It was as if the heavens themselves were contained within the fountain, a reminder of the interconnectedness of all things. Elara continued her journey, following the path as it wound through the garden. She soon found herself standing before a magnificent crystal archway, adorned with intricate carvings of mythical creatures and delicate vines. The archway seemed to pulse with a gentle light, inviting her to pass through. With a deep breath, Elara stepped under the archway and into a realm even more enchanting than before. The path here was lined with luminous plants that glowed softly, casting a gentle light that illuminated her way. Each plant seemed to possess a unique radiance, creating a kaleidoscope of colors that danced in the twilight. As she walked, Elara noticed that the path branched off in several directions, each one leading to a different part of the garden. She felt a sense of excitement, knowing that each path held its own secrets and wonders waiting to be discovered. Choosing one of the paths, Elara followed it until she reached a secluded grove. In the center of the grove stood a massive crystal tree, its branches stretching high into the sky. The tree's bark glowed with an inner light, and its leaves shimmered like diamonds. It was a sight of unparalleled beauty and majesty. At the base of the tree, Elara noticed a small, crystal-clear pool of water. Kneeling beside it, she gazed into its depths. The water was so pure and still that it seemed to hold the very essence of light within it. As she watched, images began to form on the surface, scenes of nature in perfect harmony. She saw the dance of the seasons, the cycle of life, and the delicate balance that sustains all living things. Elara's heart swelled with understanding and gratitude. She realized that this was the first secret of nature, the intricate and beautiful balance that connects every part of the natural world. The crystal garden was not just a place of beauty, but a living, breathing entity that held the wisdom of ages. Rising from the pool, Elara felt a renewed sense of purpose. She knew that her journey was just beginning, and that each step would bring her closer to the heart of the garden's mysteries. With a grateful heart and a spirit full of wonder, she continued along the enchanted pathway, ready to uncover the next secret of the crystal garden. As Princess Elara continued along the luminous path, she felt a deep sense of tranquility wash over her. The crystal garden seemed to embrace her with its serene beauty, making her feel as though she were part of a timeless and enchanted world. Each step she took was accompanied by the gentle chime of crystal leaves swaying in the soft breeze, creating a soothing symphony that echoed through the garden. The pathway meandered through various sections of the garden, each more enchanting than the last. Elara passed by towering crystal trees, with branches that arched gracefully overhead, forming a sparkling canopy. Beneath the trees, vibrant flowers of every imaginable colour bloomed in abundance, their petals glistening like precious gems in the soft light. As she walked, Elara noticed that the plants along the path seemed to respond to her presence. Flowers turned their faces toward her, and crystal vines gently swayed as if bowing in greeting. The air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers and the faint melodious hum of the garden's magic. After some time, the path led Elara to a small crystal bridge that arched over a babbling brook. The water in the brook was crystal clear, reflecting the myriad colours of the garden and creating a mesmerizing display of light. Elara paused for a moment to admire the beauty of the scene, feeling a deep sense of peace and contentment. Crossing the bridge, she entered a new section of the garden where the plants took on even more fantastical forms. Tall, slender trees with leaves like delicate lace stretched toward the sky, and flowers with petals like spun glass glowed with an inner light. The pathway itself seemed to shimmer with an ethereal glow, guiding her steps with a gentle, welcoming light. As she walked, Elara's mind wandered to the legends she had heard about the Crystal Garden. It was said that the garden held the secrets of nature, and that those who entered with a pure heart would be granted profound wisdom. She wondered what other mysteries the garden held, and what secrets she would uncover on her journey. The path soon led her to a secluded glade, where a circle of crystalline stones stood in perfect harmony. In the center of the circle was a pedestal made of shimmering quartz, and atop it rested a delicate crystal flower. The flower's petals were translucent and glowed with a soft iridescent light, casting a rainbow of colors around the glade. Elara approached the pedestal with a sense of reverence, feeling that this place held great significance. As she reached out to touch the crystal flower, she felt a gentle warmth emanate from it, and a sense of calm washed over her. The flower began to hum softly, and Elara felt a connection to the garden deepen within her. The hum of the crystal flower seemed to resonate with the very essence of the garden, and Elara realized that she was standing at a place of profound magic. She closed her eyes and allowed herself to be enveloped by the soothing vibrations, feeling a sense of unity with the natural world around her. Opening her eyes, Elara saw that the path before her continued, winding deeper into the heart of the garden. She knew that her journey was far from over, and that many more wonders and secrets awaited her. With a heart full of gratitude and wonder, she continued along the enchanted pathway, eager to discover the next chapter of the Crystal Garden's mysteries. As Elara continued along the enchanted pathway, the colors of the Crystal Garden grew more vibrant, and the air seemed to shimmer with an ethereal glow. The path led her to an open glade where a grand crystal tree stood, its branches reaching high into the sky. The tree's trunk was a mesmerizing blend of translucent shades, with veins of silver and gold running through it, and its leaves sparkled like diamonds in the gentle light. At the base of the tree was a shimmering pool of water. The pool was perfectly still, its surface reflecting the magnificent tree and the sky above like a mirror. Elara knelt beside the pool, captivated by its serene beauty. As she gazed into its depths, the water began to ripple and images started to form on its surface. Elara watched in awe as the pool revealed scenes of nature in perfect harmony. She saw a forest where animals and plants lived in balance, each playing a vital role in the ecosystem. Birds flitted from tree to tree, spreading seeds that would grow into new plants. Streams flowed gently through the landscape, providing water to all living things. Seasons changed in a rhythmic dance, each one bringing its own beauty and challenges. As the images continued to unfold, Elara felt a profound sense of connection to the natural world. She saw how every element, from the smallest insect to the tallest tree, was interconnected. The harmony and balance she witnessed filled her with a deep appreciation for the delicate web of life that sustains the earth. Suddenly, the pool's surface shimmered more brightly, and a new vision appeared. Elara saw her own kingdom, Verdantia, but now she perceived it through new eyes. She noticed the intricate relationships between the people, the land, and the creatures that inhabited it. She saw how the well-being of one affected the others, and how maintaining balance was crucial for the prosperity of all. The realization struck Elara with clarity. This was the first secret of nature. The crystal garden was teaching her that true harmony comes from understanding and respecting the interconnectedness of all things. She understood that her role as a princess was not just to lead her people, but to protect and nurture the natural world that supported them. With this newfound wisdom, Elara rose from the edge of the pool. The grand crystal tree seemed to glow with approval, its leaves rustling gently in the breeze. She felt a renewed sense of purpose and determination. The secrets of the crystal garden were not merely knowledge to be possessed, but lessons to be lived and shared. Continuing along the path, Elara's heart was filled with gratitude for the revelations she had experienced. She knew that the journey ahead would hold even more profound insights, and she was eager to embrace them. As she walked, the sounds of the garden enveloped her. The soft tinkling of crystals, the melodic hum of the plants, and the whispering wind that carried the garden's ancient wisdom. Elara felt a gentle pull guiding her towards another part of the garden. The path opened into a secluded clearing where clusters of crystals rose from the ground like flowers in full bloom. Each crystal seemed to pulse with a soft inner light, and as she approached, she could hear a faint, harmonious whisper emanating from them. Elara stepped into the secluded clearing, where the air seemed to hum with a soft, melodious vibration. The clusters of crystals around her emitted a gentle glow, casting a serene light over the clearing. The crystals were of various shapes and sizes, each one unique and mesmerizing in its beauty. As she approached, she could hear faint whispers emanating from the crystals, like ancient voices sharing their secrets with the wind. Intrigued, Elara knelt beside the nearest cluster of crystals and gently placed her hand upon one of the larger formations. The moment her skin touched the cool, smooth surface, the whispers grew clearer, and she could discern individual words and phrases. The crystals seemed to come alive under her touch, resonating with her presence. Elara, the whispers seemed to call her name. Welcome to the heart of the crystal garden. We hold the ancient wisdom of nature, passed down through the ages. Listen, and you shall learn. Closing her eyes, Elara allowed herself to be enveloped by the soothing sounds. The whispers told tales of the earth's creation, of the spirits that dwelled within the land, and of the cycles that governed all life. She heard stories of great forests, vast oceans, and towering mountains, each with its own spirit and purpose. The crystals spoke of the interconnectedness of all things, echoing the lessons she had learned by the grand crystal tree. As the whispers continued, Elara felt a deep sense of peace and understanding. The crystals shared their knowledge of the delicate balance that sustained the world, of the harmony that must be maintained between humans and nature. They spoke of respect and reverence for the earth, of the importance of living in tune with the natural rhythms. The words of the crystals were like a gentle lullaby, calming her mind and filling her heart with a profound sense of purpose. She realized that the wisdom she was receiving was not just for her, but for her kingdom as well. It was her duty to share these teachings, to help her people live in harmony with the land that sustained them. The whispers began to weave a tale of a time when Vedantia had thrived in perfect balance, when the people and nature had coexisted in harmony. Elara saw visions of lush fields, vibrant forests, and crystal-clear rivers. The land was bountiful, and the people were happy and prosperous. This vision filled her with hope and determination to restore that harmony in her kingdom. As the whispers faded, Elara opened her eyes, feeling a deep sense of gratitude for the wisdom she had received. The crystal's light seemed to glow brighter, as if acknowledging her understanding. She knew that her journey through the crystal garden was far from over, and that many more secrets awaited her discovery. Rising to her feet, Elara felt a renewed sense of purpose and a strengthened connection to the natural world. She was determined to carry the lessons of the crystal garden with her, to guide her people with the wisdom and harmony she had found. The path before her seemed to shimmer with new light, and she felt a gentle breeze urging her forward. As she left the clearing, Elara took one last look at the whispering crystals, silently thanking them for their ancient wisdom. She continued along the enchanted pathway, her heart filled with peace, and her spirit strengthened by the knowledge she had gained. The crystal garden had revealed its first secrets to her, and Elara was ready to embrace the next chapter of her journey, knowing that each step would bring her closer to the heart of nature's mysteries and the fulfillment of her destiny. Chapter 2: The Secrets Unveiled. As the pathway before her glittered with renewed brilliance, Elara pressed onward, her heart alight with the wisdom she had gained. The soft hum of the whispering crystals faded behind her, and the atmosphere of the crystal garden grew even more tranquil. She felt a magnetic pull guiding her steps, urging her to continue deeper into this enchanting realm. After a time, the path opened into a vast, breathtaking clearing. In the center stood a magnificent crystal fountain, its tiers crafted from the purest quartz, catching and refracting light into a dazzling display of colors. Water cascaded from the topmost tier, flowing down in shimmering rivulets that produced a soothing melody, like a celestial harp being played by unseen hands. Elara approached the fountain, mesmerized by its ethereal beauty. The air around it was cool and refreshing, filled with a faint mist that sparkled like 1,000 tiny stars. As she drew nearer, she noticed delicate carvings on the fountain's surface, depictions of animals, plants, and flowing water, all rendered with exquisite detail. Each carving seemed to tell a story of the natural world, of life flourishing in harmony. Standing before the fountain, Elara felt an overwhelming sense of peace. She closed her eyes and listened to the gentle music of the water. The melody seemed to resonate deep within her soul, soothing her mind and opening her heart to the garden's deeper mysteries. As she stood there, she began to hear a soft, melodious voice emerging from the harmony of the fountain. "Welcome, Elara," the voice said, as clear and gentle as a summer breeze. "You have reached the heart of the crystal garden. Here, the wisdom of nature flows freely, waiting to be discovered by those who seek with a pure heart." Elara opened her eyes and saw before her a radiant figure emerging from the mist of the fountain. It was a being of pure light and crystal, its form both human and ethereal, glowing with an inner brilliance that was almost blinding. This was the guardian of secrets, the protector of the garden's ancient wisdom. The guardian extended a graceful hand, and Elara felt a warm, comforting energy envelop her. "I am the guardian of secrets," the being said, its voice like a harmonious chord. "You have shown courage and purity of heart in your journey. Now, let me guide you further into the mysteries of this sacred place." Elara nodded, her heart pounding with anticipation. The guardian's presence was both awe-inspiring and comforting, filling her with a sense of trust and reverence. She followed the guardian as it led her around the fountain and down another pathway, lined with the most luminous plants she had ever seen. As they walked, the guardian spoke of the garden's creation, of how it was formed by the ancient spirits of nature to preserve their wisdom and beauty. It explained that the garden was a living entity, a place where the past, present, and future of nature converged in perfect harmony. Elara listened intently, absorbing every word and feeling a deep connection to the garden grow within her. The path led them to a secluded grove, where the crystals hung from the trees like shimmering fruit. The guardian stopped and turned to Elara. "This is a place of profound magic," it said. "Here, the crystals sing the song of the earth, a melody that tells of the delicate balance that sustains all life." Elara felt a shiver of excitement as she stepped into the grove. The crystals began to emit a soft, harmonious hum, a melody that seemed to rise from the very heart of the earth. She felt the music envelop her, filling her with a sense of unity and peace. The song spoke of the cycles of nature, of birth and renewal, of growth and decay, and of the endless dance of life. As she stood there, bathed in the light and music of the crystals, Elara felt the secrets of the garden becoming a part of her. She knew that her journey was far from over, and that many more wonders awaited her. With the guardian by her side, she was ready to delve deeper into the heart of nature's mysteries. As Elara stood in the grove, surrounded by the shimmering crystals and their harmonious song, the guardian of secrets turned to her with a serene smile. "You have shown great courage and purity of heart, Princess Elara," the guardian said, its voice a melodious blend of the garden's many sounds. "The crystal garden has deemed you worthy to uncover its deepest mysteries. Follow me, and I will reveal more of its secrets to you." Elara nodded, her heart filled with gratitude and anticipation. She followed the guardian as it led her deeper into the grove, the path illuminated by the soft glow of the crystals. Each step seemed to resonate with the song of the garden, creating a symphony of light and sound that enveloped her in a cocoon of tranquility. They soon arrived at a secluded clearing, where a circle of ancient crystal stones stood sentinel around a central pedestal. The pedestal was carved from a single piece of pure quartz, its surface polished to a mirror-like sheen. Atop it rested a delicate crystal flower, its petals translucent and glowing with an inner light. "This," said the guardian, gesturing to the flower, "is the heart of the crystal garden. It holds the essence of all the wisdom and beauty that this place has to offer. To truly understand the garden's secrets, you must first understand the cycles of life, death, and rebirth." Elara approached the pedestal with reverence, her eyes fixed on the radiant flower. As she reached out to touch it, she felt a gentle warmth emanate from its petals. The flower began to pulse with a soft light, and the air around her seemed to shimmer with energy. Ilara closed her eyes and allowed herself to be immersed in the flower's light. Visions began to form in her mind. She saw the turning of the seasons, the blooming of flowers in spring, the bounty of summer, the harvest of autumn, and the quiet rest of winter. She saw how each season gave way to the next, creating a continuous cycle of renewal and transformation. The vision shifted, showing her the life cycle of a tree. She saw it sprout from a tiny seed, grow tall and strong, bear fruit, and eventually fall, returning to the earth to nourish new growth. She saw the same cycle repeated in all living things, from the smallest insect to the largest animal. Each life was a part of the greater whole, contributing to the balance and harmony of the natural world. As the visions faded, Ilara opened her eyes, feeling a deep sense of peace and understanding. She realized that the crystal garden was teaching her not only about the beauty and wisdom of nature, but also about her own place within it. She was a part of this eternal cycle, and it was her duty to honor and protect it. The guardian of secrets looked at her with approval. "You have seen the truth, Ilara. The cycle of life, death and rebirth is the second secret of nature. It is the essence of the crystal garden and the foundation of all life. Remember this wisdom and let it guide you as you lead your people." Ilara bowed her head in gratitude. "Thank you, Guardian. I will cherish this knowledge and strive to live in harmony with the natural world." The Guardian smiled and placed a hand on her shoulder. "There is one more secret for you to uncover, but it will require a promise. Will you swear to honor and protect the wisdom of the crystal garden, to live in harmony with nature, and to guide your people with the knowledge you have gained?" Ilara nodded without hesitation. "I swear it." The Guardian's light seemed to grow brighter, and the song of the crystals swelled in a harmonious crescendo. "Then you are ready, Ilara. The final secret awaits you. Follow the path to the garden's heart, and there you will find the crystal flower that blooms only under the stars." With a sense of purpose and determination, Ilara set off once more, ready to embrace the final secret of the crystal garden and fulfill her promise. Ilara followed the guardian of secrets further into the crystal garden, her heart filled with a sense of anticipation and reverence. The path they walked was lined with crystalline flowers that seemed to glow with an inner light, casting a soft radiance that illuminated the way. The air was filled with a gentle, melodious hum, as if the garden itself was singing a song of welcome. They soon arrived at a secluded grove, where the trees were draped with clusters of crystals that hung like glittering fruit. The guardian gestured for Ilara to sit beneath the largest tree, its branches stretching out to create a canopy of shimmering light. As she settled on the soft grass, the guardian spoke. "This grove is the heart of the garden's music. Here, the crystals sing a song that tells of the delicate balance that sustains all life. Listen closely, Elara, and you will hear the secrets of the earth. Elara closed her eyes and let the sounds of the grove wash over her. The crystals began to emit a harmonious melody, each note resonating with the others to create a symphony of unparalleled beauty. It was as if the very essence of nature were being expressed through music, a language older than time itself. The song of the crystals was a tapestry of sound that wove together the elements of the natural world. Elara heard the gentle rustle of leaves in the wind, the soft murmur of a flowing stream, and the distant call of birds. She heard the crackling of a fire, the patter of rain on the forest floor, and the deep, resonant hum of the earth. Each sound was perfectly balanced, creating a harmonious whole that filled her with a profound sense of peace. As she listened, Elara felt herself becoming attuned to the rhythms of the natural world. She could sense the ebb and flow of life, the cycles of growth and decay, and the intricate web of connections that bound all living things together. The song of the crystals was a reminder that everything in nature was interconnected, each part playing a vital role in maintaining balance and harmony. Elara opened her eyes, and the guardian of secrets smiled at her. "Do you see now, Elara? The song of the crystals teaches us that the balance of nature is delicate and must be respected. It is a reminder that we are all part of a greater whole and that our actions have consequences for the world around us." Elara nodded, her heart filled with understanding. "I do see, Guardian. The song of the crystals has shown me the beauty and fragility of the natural world. I understand now that it is my duty to protect this balance and to live in harmony with nature." The Guardian's light seemed to glow brighter with approval. "You have learned well, Elara. The harmony of nature is the foundation of all life. Remember this lesson as you continue your journey and let it guide your actions." Elara rose to her feet, feeling a renewed sense of purpose. The song of the crystals had filled her with a deep appreciation for the interconnectedness of all things and a determination to protect the delicate balance of nature. She knew that her journey was not yet complete and that there were still more secrets to uncover. The Guardian of Secrets gestured for her to follow, and they continued down the path. The light of the grove began to fade as they walked, and Elara felt a sense of anticipation building within her. She knew that the final secret of the Crystal Garden awaited her, and she was ready to embrace it. They emerged from the grove into a clearing where a single crystal flower stood, its petals closed tightly. The Guardian turned to Elara and spoke in a gentle voice. "This is the crystal flower that blooms only under the stars. It holds the final secret of the garden. When the stars emerge, the flower will open, and you will see the endless cycle of life, death, and rebirth." Elara looked up at the sky, where the first stars were beginning to appear. She knew that the moment of revelation was close at hand, and she felt a deep sense of readiness. The guardian of secrets smiled at her, and she knew that she was not alone in this journey. As the stars filled the sky, the crystal flower began to glow with a soft, ethereal light. Elara watched in awe as the petals slowly unfurled, revealing the heart of the garden's mysteries. As the stars filled the night sky, their silvery light bathed the clearing in a tranquil glow. Elara watched with bated breath as the crystal flower at the center of the clearing began to unfurl its delicate petals. Each petal opened with a gentle, almost musical sound, revealing a radiant core that seemed to pulse with life itself. The guardian of secrets stood beside her, its presence a comforting beacon of light. The second secret of nature, Elara, is the endless cycle of life, death, and rebirth. This cycle is the essence of all existence, a continuous dance that sustains the world. Elara gazed into the heart of the crystal flower, and as she did, visions began to form within its radiant glow. She saw the life cycle of a single flower, a seed falling to the earth, sprouting and growing into a beautiful bloom, and then withering away, only to leave behind seeds that would begin the cycle anew. The vision expanded to show the same cycle mirrored in the lives of animals, trees, and even the stars themselves. She saw the birth of a fawn in a sun-dappled forest, its first tentative steps taken under the watchful eyes of its mother. She watched as the seasons changed, bringing growth and learning until the fawn grew into a majestic stag. And then, as the stag's life came to an end, its body returned to the earth, nourishing the soil and providing life for new growth. The visions continued, showing the rise and fall of mighty trees, the ebb and flow of rivers, and the endless turning of the seasons. Each vision was a testament to the resilience and interconnectedness of life, a reminder that every ending was also a beginning. Life and death were not separate, but part of a seamless, eternal cycle. Elara felt tears of awe and gratitude welling in her eyes. The crystal flower's light seemed to wrap around her, filling her with a profound understanding of the natural world's rhythms. She realized that her own life was part of this grand tapestry, woven into the cycles of nature. The crystal flower blooms under the stars to remind us that even in darkness, there is light, the guardian continued. Life continues, undeterred by the passage of time. Every death nourishes new life, and every ending is a prelude to a new beginning. This is the second secret of nature, a truth that sustains all creation. Elara felt a deep sense of reverence and responsibility. She understood now that her role as a princess was to honor and protect this delicate balance, to ensure that her people lived in harmony with the natural world. She vowed to carry this wisdom with her and to share it with her kingdom. The flower's glow began to fade as the petals slowly closed, but the understanding it had imparted to Elara remained vivid in her heart. She turned to the guardian, her eyes shining with determination. "I promise to honor and protect the secrets of nature. I will guide my people to live in harmony with the world around them, respecting the cycles of life, death, and rebirth." The guardian's light seemed to grow even brighter, enveloping Ilara in a warm, comforting embrace. "You have learned well, Ilara. The Crystal Garden's secrets are now part of you. Carry them with you always, and they will guide you in your journey." As the night began to give way to the first light of dawn, Ilara knew that it was time to return to her kingdom. She felt a sense of peace and purpose, knowing that she had been entrusted with the garden's wisdom. With the guardian by her side, she made her way back along the path, the lessons of the crystal garden clear in her heart. As the first light of dawn began to chase away the stars, Ilara stood in the heart of the crystal garden, feeling a profound connection to the world around her. The guardian of secrets watched her with eyes that seemed to hold the wisdom of ages. Its serene presence a reminder of the journey she had undertaken. "Ilara," the guardian spoke, its voice like the soft rustling of leaves in the morning breeze. "You have seen the balance of nature and the eternal cycle of life. Now, it is time for you to make a promise to uphold the wisdom you have gained and to lead your people with the knowledge of the garden's secrets." Ilara nodded, her heart swelling with a deep sense of responsibility. She felt the weight of her role as a princess more keenly than ever before. But it was a burden she was ready to bear. "I promise," she began, her voice steady and filled with conviction, "to honor and protect the secrets of nature. I will guide my people to live in harmony with the natural world, respecting the cycles of life, death, and rebirth. I will strive to maintain the delicate balance that sustains all life and ensure that our actions are in harmony with the wisdom of the earth." The guardian's light seemed to intensify, bathing Ilara in a warm, golden glow. "Your promise is heard, Ilara. The crystal garden's wisdom is now a part of you, and you are entrusted with its secrets. Go forth and lead your people with the understanding you have gained. Remember, the balance of nature is delicate, and it is your duty to protect it." Ilara felt a sense of peace and fulfillment as the guardian's words resonated within her. She knew that the path ahead would not always be easy, but she was prepared to face whatever challenges lay in her way. With the guardian's blessing, she turned to leave the garden, her heart filled with determination and hope. As she walked back along the crystalline path, the garden seemed to bid her a gentle farewell. The flowers bowed their heads, the trees rustled their leaves, and the crystals emitted a soft, harmonious hum. Ilara felt as though the entire garden was supporting her, encouraging her to carry its wisdom back to her kingdom. The journey back to the garden's entrance was both serene and introspective. Ilara reflected on all she had learned and experienced, from the discovery of the hidden pathway to the revelation of nature's secrets. She knew that these memories would stay with her forever, guiding her actions and decisions. As she approached the crystal doorway that had first brought her into this magical realm, she took one last look at the garden. The beauty and tranquility of the place filled her with a sense of wonder, and she silently thanked the garden for all it had given her. With a final deep breath, she stepped through the doorway and found herself back in the familiar surroundings of the castle's garden. The early morning sun cast a golden light over the landscape, and the castle grounds seemed to be more vibrant and alive than ever before. Elara felt a renewed sense of purpose as she walked towards the castle, ready to share the wisdom of the crystal garden with her people. As she entered the castle, the guards and servants greeted her with surprised and curious expressions. They had noticed her absence, but had not known where she had gone. Elara smiled at them, her heart filled with a quiet joy. She knew that the time had come to share her journey and the lessons she had learned. Gathering the court and the people of Vedantia, Elara stood before them, her presence radiating the calm and wisdom she had gained. "My dear people," she began, "I have journeyed to a place of great beauty and profound wisdom. The crystal garden has shown me the secrets of nature, the balance of life, and the eternal cycles that sustain our world. It is our duty to live in harmony with these truths, to protect our land, and to honor the delicate balance of nature." The people listened with rapt attention, their eyes wide with wonder and awe. Elara's words resonated deeply within them, and they felt a collective sense of purpose and unity. Together, they vowed to uphold the wisdom of the crystal garden, to live in harmony with the natural world, and to cherish the balance that sustained their kingdom. As dawn broke over the kingdom of Vedantia, the first light of the new day painted the castle gardens in hues of gold and pink. Elara stood at the balcony of her chambers, her heart filled with the tranquility and purpose that her journey to the crystal garden had instilled in her. The whispers of the garden and the songs of the crystals seemed to echo in the stillness of the morning, guiding her thoughts. She took a deep breath and descended the grand staircase to the castle courtyard, where her people had gathered, curious and eager to hear about her mysterious absence. The court advisors, nobles, and villagers all turned their attention to her as she approached the center of the courtyard, her presence commanding respect and admiration. "People of Vedantia," Elara began, her voice clear and filled with a gentle authority, "I have returned from a journey that has revealed to me the profound secrets of nature and the delicate balance that sustains our world. The crystal garden, a place of ancient wisdom and unparalleled beauty, has shown me the eternal cycles of life, death, and rebirth. It is a wisdom that I wish to share with all of you, so that we may live in harmony with the natural world and protect the delicate balance that ensures our prosperity." There was a murmur of awe and curiosity among the crowd. Elara could see the wonder in their eyes and knew that her words had touched their hearts. She continued, recounting her journey through the garden, the discovery of the enchanted path, and the wisdom imparted to her by the whispering crystals and the guardian of secrets. The crystal garden has taught me that we are all part of a greater whole, Elara said. Our lives are interwoven with the natural world, and our actions have far-reaching consequences. We must honor and protect the cycles of nature, and in doing so, we will ensure that Vedantia thrives in harmony and balance. The people listened intently, their expressions reflecting a mix of reverence and determination. Elara's words resonated deeply with them, inspiring a collective commitment to the principles she had learned. They saw in her a leader who was not only wise and compassionate, but also deeply connected to the very essence of the world they inhabited. Elara then announced a series of initiatives to bring her vision to life. She spoke of planting new forests, protecting wildlife, and establishing sustainable farming practices. She emphasized the importance of education, teaching the children of Vedantia about the cycles of nature and the balance that must be maintained. As she spoke, the advisors and nobles nodded in agreement, their minds already racing with plans to support her initiatives. The villagers too felt a renewed sense of purpose, eager to contribute to the stewardship of their land. Elara's promise to the guardian of secrets was becoming a reality, as her people embraced the wisdom she had brought back from the crystal garden. The weeks that followed were a time of transformation for Vedantia. The kingdom flourished as never before, with the people working together to cultivate the land, protect its resources, and live in harmony with nature. Elara's leadership was a beacon of hope and inspiration, guiding her people toward a future of balance and prosperity. The castle gardens, once a symbol of royal splendor, became a living testament to the wisdom of the crystal garden. The new plantings thrived, and the air was filled with the scent of blossoms and the sound of birdsong. The crystal-clear streams that flowed through the gardens sparkled in the sunlight, a reminder of the eternal cycles that sustained them. One evening, as the sun set over Vedantia, casting a golden light over the land, Elara stood at the edge of the castle gardens, looking out over her kingdom. She felt a deep sense of fulfillment and peace, knowing that she had fulfilled her promise and that the wisdom of the crystal garden was now woven into the fabric of her people's lives. As the stars began to twinkle in the sky, Elara closed her eyes and felt the gentle hum of the crystals, the song of the earth that she had come to cherish. She knew that the journey was far from over and that there would always be new challenges and discoveries. But she also knew that with the wisdom of the crystal garden guiding her, she and her people would continue to thrive in harmony with the natural world. And so, under the watchful gaze of the stars, Elara and the people of Vedantia look to the future with hope and determination, ready to embrace the endless cycle of life, death, and rebirth, and to live in harmony with the beauty and wisdom of the world around them.